Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. Y'all, the holiday season is over, so that means it is time to hunker down and get back to business. But before we get into all that, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. Yeah, so the holidays are, well, mostly over anyway. When I post this video, it'll be New Year's Eve. And y'all, that means it's time to get back to business, which for me means that I am home. I am back in the Northland. Y'all might recognize the surroundings. And that means that it's time to, one, rid my house of all of the holiday candies and snacks and all of those things that have accumulated while I was gone. And it's time to stock the fridge and just get ready to get back to some healthy eating. So that's what I'm going to do today. I got to run. I have a quick appointment. I have some human grooming to do. So I'm going to go do that. And then I need to go pick up some groceries, which I will show you when I get home. And then y'all, we got to talk about New Year's resolutions because it's that time of year. So I just have come up upon some kind of road closure. I've been gone for a minute and they closed my roads. So let me figure out what I'm doing here. Let me go get my groceries. Let me get back to the house. And I actually, the other thing about getting back to business for me means I got to get back to working out, y'all. I've been gone for 2 weeks. I've been away from the bike. I took some weights with me, but I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do a whole lot of working out while I was gone. I am completely off of my routine. So I need to get back to that too. So I gotta get groceries. Lord, let me calm down. Let me go to my appointment. Let me go pick up the groceries. I might do a workout when I get home before I see y'all, but whatever. I'll figure all that out. I'll meet y'all back at the house and we'll talk about getting back on track for the new year, all right? So either which way, whatever happens before then, I will see y'all back at the house.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy.
Oh, y'all, that was the worst workout ever, but what can I say? Nobody ever told me that you can't completely abandon your fitness routine for, 2 weeks, and then just try to jump back in and act like nothing ever happened. How was I to know? Who knows those things? I mean, other than everybody, but whatever. Y'all stop judging me. The first workout back is over, and now we got nowhere to go but up, right? Up, downhill, uphill, whatever it is. It can only get better from here. And after that little fiasco, I am certain, because I kind of thought before that I needed to start one of those like crush your core, do your abs, like fitness program things. I was thinking about doing that. Now I'm definitely going to do it. And I'll be starting a fitness challenge, one of those like strength challenges in January. So January 1st, one of those like do 15 strength workouts in the month things. So that'll be perfect. So I'll start an ab blaster challenge thing and everything will be fine. But as much fun as it is to sit here and judge my dumb decisions, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about groceries. And I have all of my groceries spread out in front of me. So let's jump in. As usual, I have attempted to create some sort of order here, but it's gonna fall apart. So let's just jump in. I got the usual Silk almond milk, the unsweet, unflavored, just plain old almond milk. And I use this with pretty much anything that I cook with milk. Like I use it with my Cheerios in the morning, half a cup of this and half a cup of Cheerios. I use it when I make my chocolate hummus. Anything that requires milk, I just use this. I got, of course, frozen fruit. I got the mixed fruit, the big old 5-pound bag of mixed fruit. And my new obsession, I got the Cherry Berry Blast, or sorry, Cherry Berry Blend, which is a bunch of different, it's strawberries, blueberries, and some cherries. And I use this with still regular blueberries. See, things are already falling apart. Regular blueberries with my breakfast. So as y'all know, I thaw these and put them in with plain non-fat Greek yogurt because I am on Weight Watchers. And on Weight Watchers, non-fat Greek yogurt is 0 points for me. The fruit, of course, is 0 points. But I also do, let me set these aside, make some room. Because I also do 2 tablespoons of just plain old-fashioned oats. I put these in some Greek yogurt overnight with, so I do 2 tablespoons of the oats, a teaspoon of vanilla, and I know I bought some, oh, here it is. A tablespoon of monk fruit sweetener. So I mix those together with just enough Greek yogurt to sort of make it mushy. Mix those together, let it sit overnight, and I mix that in with my thawed frozen fruit and Greek yogurt in the morning, and that makes a pretty bulky breakfast for just 1 point, because the only thing in all of that that has points is the 2 tablespoons of old-fashioned oats, and 2 tablespoons is 1 point. So all of that is just 1 point. So while we're over here, let's talk about drinks. I got flavored, I always forget if this is soda water or sparkling water. This is flavored sparkling water. And I get the Clearly American. For me, I get black raspberry and peach nectar. And I keep these on hand. I usually drink about 1 of these a day. And those are 0 points. I also buy, y'all, I'm having a time here today. I also buy the Zevia for the intern. He likes the ginger ale flavored Zevia. Truth be told, he likes Diet Coke, but the Diet Coke that he was drinking was the Diet Coke with like the artificial sweetener. And I read a study that said artificial sweetener is not good for your brain. So I try to encourage him to not have artificial sweetener. So I keep that ginger ale on hand for him. So that's those. And y'all, I've noticed, I've only been home a couple of days, but I've noticed I've been getting really hungry, which to me says, I need to eat more protein. So you'll notice in these piles of food, there's a lot of protein. I got frozen shrimps. Y'all know how I love these. They're just super easy to thaw out. I made frozen shrimp dinner last night from like in the freezer to eating in like 10 minutes. So I got those. I got 2 pounds of the ground turkey, and the intern will not eat ground turkey. So I use ½ pound at a time of ground turkey. I'll brown that and then mix it with corn. I'll either use canned corn or frozen corn and mix that with ½ a container of the Bird's Eye mashed cauliflower. And I think it's 3 points for ½ a container of this. So that whole thing, ½ pound of ground turkey, I use about ½ a can of corn, and ½ a container of the mashed cauliflower is a huge meal, and it's 3 points altogether because the only points are in the mashed cauliflower. So I got 2 things of mashed cauliflower, I got 2 pounds of turkey, and I got corn. I put some of the corn out in the freezer. I only brought 2 cans inside. But while we're doing that, I also got chicken, which I'm not going to do it today because we've done this together before. And at some point it just stops being interesting seeing the same things over and over again. But I will cook chicken in the air fryer and just stick it in the fridge. So I'll chop up the chicken, put it in the air fryer for about 3 minutes on one side, flip it over, 3 minutes on the other side, or really like I keep an eye on it just until it's done, and then stick it in the fridge, and I'll have that for snacks. I'm a teacher, so in between classes I'll like grab a piece of chicken and it satiates my hunger, and like if I'm really hungry, it'll tide me over until I can get a meal. So I keep that around just for snacking on. So when I say I need protein, that's what I mean. Like I keep protein snacks around. So I got that, I got black beans, I got chickpeas, and sun-dried tomatoes. Y'all know what those are gonna become. I'm gonna make some hummus with those. I got a big old bag of gumballs because y'all, I chew on things. So sometimes when I'm hungry or when I think I'm hungry, I'll just chew some bubble gum. And if I'm really not hungry, if I'm just like anxious or whatever, chewing gum will kind of edge that off and I won't end up mindlessly snacking. So I keep bubble gum around all the time. I don't know if we've talked about that before, but I got some leafy green lettuce for my sandwiches. Well, while we're on sandwiches, I got that. I got ham, which ham is 1 point per ounce. The lettuce, of course, is 0 points. Ham is 1 point per ounce. And I got turkey, which is 0 points, but I count 1 point per ounce for the turkey when I make a sandwich. And I wanted the bread with like the multigrain bread that's 45 calories, so it's 1 point per slice or 2 points for a 2 pieces of bread sandwich. But all they had was the white bread, so I got the white bread. But so 2 points for the bread, 2 points for the meat, and I use non-fat ranch dip instead of mayonnaise. I use that and a little bit of mustard, some lettuce, maybe slice up a tomato and a cucumber depending on how hungry I am, and that's a big old sandwich for lunch. And y'all know I keep these carrot chips around, so I'll eat carrot chips instead of potato chips with my sandwich. Definitely those with hummus or ranch dip. Very nice for lunch. I got cucumbers. I will slice these up for snacking on. Just set these aside because we'll get to those in a minute. Fruit. Y'all know we keep fruit around. I got bananas, oranges, and apples. That's my frozen fruit from earlier. Bananas, oranges, and apples that I eat. I mean, I'll eat anyway, but I eat those in the morning with my breakfast. Y'all, I am out of eggs. I have no boiled eggs. So I got eggs, and let's talk about these. We might have talked about these before, I'm not sure, but I keep Lunchables around for the intern. I'm gonna give y'all a second to judge me on that, but here's the deal. I won't eat those, because, and it's not even, I don't even know that it's all that many points or calories or whatever, but the intern will eat those. So instead of like just mindlessly snacking, he'll eat one Lunchable and be done. So I just feel like that's a better choice for him than when he's like hungry but doesn't want a meal and just like sitting and mindlessly snacking. That's like one, here, let me take out, I mean, everybody knows what a Lunchable looks like, but that's like one serving of some food, right? And you eat what's there and then you're done. So I keep Lunchables around. So noisy, sorry. I keep Lunchables around for him, and y'all, have you seen these? The Lunchables grilled cheeses? I've not tried these, but according to the intern, they're not great, but they're good and they're quick. It's 30 seconds. So he will have a Lunchables grilled cheese sandwich, and that'll then he's just not hungry. And again, not snacking, not eating freaking frozen pizza or who knows what all else he would be putting in his face hole. So I keep Lunchables around for my man. Y'all judge what you want. Look at this. Not that I'm trying to change the subject, but look at this cute little teapot that I got at a thrift store in Georgia. Is that the cutest thing ever? I think that's my whole grocery. Oh, it's not. This is what I was waiting to show you. I got black-eyed peas and onions. And y'all, okay, don't judge my kitchen, but check this baby out. That is a big old ham hock that is going in my black-eyed peas for New Year's Day. And did I show you? I got mixed greens. Now this, you are welcome to judge me. I'm not making fresh greens. First of all, I don't know that I could find fresh greens up here, and I'm just not doing it because it's just me. The intern won't eat them. So I got mixed greens. These, you can get ones that don't have points. These have points, but they are lusciously good. So I'm just gonna count the points. I'll maybe ride an extra few minutes that morning and everything will be fine. But I got my black-eyed peas and greens ready to go for New Year's Day, and y'all, that is all the groceries. So that's my grocery haul to restock my fridge because I've been on vacation and there's nothing in there. So I just kind of felt like it was a good way to make a fresh, clean start without a bunch of, I don't know, I have stuff piled on my bread. To make a fresh start without a bunch of like snacky stuff that I don't want to have around because it's just gonna tempt me and make me make bad choices. So that's my grocery haul. Let me get this put up. I think I'm gonna make myself a tasty warm beverage and I'll meet y'all over on the couch and let's talk for just a few minutes about New Year's resolutions because y'all, it's that time of year. So let me do this. Let me get something to drink and I'll meet y'all over on the couch. All right, y'all, the groceries are put up. I got my Frey Felons. I have one felon. The other one's over there. We're probably gonna hear her yapping in a minute because she always thinks she has something to talk about. I am surrounded, y'all check this out. Have y'all seen this? Hang on, let me show you. So the intern, look at this ridiculous Christmasness in my house. The intern is a bit of a fan of Christmas. So yeah. We have a virtual tree farm in our living room. Or I guess this is the family room. Can you see that? It says Mary up there. Yes, so we are sitting in the intern's Christmas wonderland. So let's talk about New Year's resolutions after I deal with that felon. I tell you what, let's go see what she wants. And we can actually see the big tree over there. I know y'all are like, first of all, it's New Year's and we've seen Christmas trees. I know, but we got to take the felons outside anyway. So, and I'm not going outside. So we'll stand by the tree and visit. Anyway, here's my thought on New Year's resolutions. I don't make them, and I will tell you why. And look, if you make resolutions, if they work for you, that's fabulous. They don't work for me. I'm gonna stand by the tree and look all majestic. They don't work for me, and here's why. I figure if something is important enough for me to like want to do it or want to focus on it, and especially to focus on it for a whole year, I'm already doing it. Or I'm already planning it anyway. So it's not really a New Year's resolution. It's more like a, I don't know, a plan or a goal for the new year. And I do have goals that I set starting like the beginning of the year. Felons are back. And so we can talk about those, but I don't make like, I don't know, typical New Year's resolutions. Because like I said, I feel like at least for me, if something is important enough for me, hang on. If something is important enough for me to focus on it, I've already set a goal or a plan or something based on that. So calling it a New Year's resolution is kind of disingenuous. So what I do is I set sort of year-long goals. I'm trying to like act all cool and walk and talk and act like I can do this, and I just can't. So let me get situated again. There we go. So I set year-long goals starting at the beginning of the year. And y'all know, lay down please. Y'all know how I love a token economy, right? Like I love to work to earn some kind of like silly, meaningless goal or trinket or something that literally nobody else sees or knows anything about. And many of my goals are based on those things, like I am constantly working towards some sort of challenge on the Peloton bike, like within the Peloton ecosystem, which actually I'm not right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit lost. Peloton does an annual goal, and it's like a total number of minutes worked out within the Peloton ecosystem. So it's on any of their modalities, like ride the bike, do Pilates, yoga, weights, anything, any of those minutes count. And it's like the awards are in increments of 1,000. So like you get your first little badge at 1,000, and then the top one is 20,000. Well, the first year that we had the bike, we got it in like April. And I hit that 20,000 minute goal pretty, like I did it pretty solidly. And after the end of the year, the intern was like, well, how far over did you go? I can't remember what he asked me, but it was essentially how far over did you go? And I was at like 38,000 minutes, and y'all, I was livid because I almost doubled my minutes, but I didn't realize I was that close to doubling it, or I would have done it, right? Like I kind of slacked off once I hit 20,000 because I didn't realize I was on pace to hit 40,000, which again, meaningless, completely meaningless. Well, so that was 2022. Well, in 2023, I started off on January 1st with the intention of hitting 40,000 minutes. So I did that, but y'all, no, sorry, I have a cup of coffee and Daisy just slammed into it. That number is hard, like 40,000 minutes is a scary number. But if you divide it into weeks, then 40,000 minutes divided by, and I don't figure 52 weeks, I figure 50, okay, Daisy, you gotta move, because I'm talking to our friends and you're in the way. So come on, you gotta go somewhere. Go on, come over here, thank you. So I figure I wanna be done in 50 weeks. So I divide 40,000 by 50, and that's 800 minutes a week, which like sounds daunting, but then when you divide that by 7, it's like 115-ish minutes a day, is that right? So like 2-ish, if I do 2 hours a day, then I'm solid. Like then that's enough, like I've built sort of a fence around my goal and I'm gonna make it. So the point of all of this is not how to earn goals that don't really get you anything. I mean, they do, right? It's fitness. It's really all about like doing better and being better. My point is, set a goal. You're like, where is she actually going somewhere with this? I am. So there are ways to set good goals, right? And of course they have to matter to you. Like most people on the face of the planet could not care less whether or not they're like racking up these imaginary medals on the Peloton ecosystem, because who really cares? I cares, but they have to matter to you, and they have to be like attainable in your mind. 40,000 minutes is horrifying to me. 800 minutes a week would have been horrifying to me, except that I know that this past year I was trying to do 850 minutes a week, and I blazed it. So I know I can do that. So 800 minutes a week is no big deal. I don't know how I feel like the numbers changed when the end goal is the same, but it doesn't matter. The point is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? Take your big goals and break them down into manageable chunks. So if you want to, I don't know why I always like revert back to like running analogies, because I'm not a runner. I'm like the one that if I'm running, you best start running too, because whatever's chasing me is finna start chasing you. But like if you want to run a marathon, your first day out running, you don't run a marathon, right? You run a quarter of a mile or a half a mile or whatever first, and then you master that and you move on from there. So you break your goals down into manageable chunks, like Goodreads. If you're on Goodreads, they have an annual, do they call it the annual reading challenge? I don't know what they call it, but you get to pick how many books you want to read a year. And let's say your goal is 50 books a year. Well, that can be daunting until you break it down, and break it down by whatever makes sense to you. If it's by the month, if you do 4 books a month with a couple of spare books tossed in there, then you're golden, right? Because 4 books a month, that's 48 books. And then toss in a couple of extra books. Or if you need to think about it by the week, just read a book a week. Like some books you're not going to finish in a week. Like I just finished Fourth Wing, which I didn't think I would finish in a week. I finished it in like 3 days. But some big old honker books you're not going to finish in a week. But then if you read one of those like insipid, silly little romances on Kindle Unlimited, which I say that with like all the love in my heart because y'all know how I love those little silly books, but those you'll finish in 2 days, especially if it's a good one with like a Hottentot hottie main character, like you're gonna blow through that. So if you read a longer book 1 week and it takes you like 9 days instead of your regular week to read it, then just read a shorter book and then you average it all out. So if you have, what am I even talking about? If you have big goals that you want to achieve in the year, break them down into manageable bites. And for me anyway, that helps me stay on track. Like with my Peloton minutes, if there's a week, like if I'm hurt or something and I don't get my minutes in 1 week, all I do is carry the minutes that like that. Y'all remember, if you've been around for a while, there was a week back in the winter when I was sick. I was sick on a Monday, so I didn't work out at all. And Mondays were one of my big workout days, so I should have gotten like 120 minutes that day. And I got 0. So I just carried that negative over to the next day, broke it down, and excuse her, she sees something in the backyard and she just can't get her little pea brain off of it. So I just carried those negative minutes over and gradually I broke them down, and by the next week I was back on track. And I feel like doing it that way, if you actually quantify your goals, then it makes it manageable, and you don't, at least I don't get overwhelmed if I can see the numbers. Like 50 books. If I need to have read 6 books by, I don't know, the middle of February, and I've only read 4 books, then I know how off track I am and what I need to do to get myself back on track. Or I can realize that my initial goal is overwhelming, that it's not going to happen, and I can reset my goal. So let's say my goal is my 40,000 minutes, and I suffer an injury where I'm off track for a month, right? I have to rehab for a month, so I lose, I don't know, 8,000 minutes of workout time, and I'm never going to be able to make that up, especially if I'm rehabbing. So then I just reset my goal to, I don't know, 30,000 minutes instead of 40,000 minutes. But to me, keeping track and being able to quantify things makes those goals make sense. And I say all of this to say, because I feel like I am just rambling down a hole. To me, goals like, I'm like trying to talk around this dog's head. Come here. Goals like that, even year-long goals, make more sense than a New Year's resolution. At least more sense than what a New Year's resolution looks like in my head, because I've never been able to keep a resolution all year, but like goals I can. So anyway, that's it. Those are my thoughts on goals and New Year's resolutions. So y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna stop rambling. I got to take this dog outside so she can bark at the neighbors. So y'all, I hope that you have a very happy and safe New Year. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you made it this far, we're most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. We upload food and fitness videos the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.